Stop.
Now, I hope we all know by now that the People's Republic of China is sort of a shady country. But this has recently grown to concern of the protests all over Hong Kong, which started after China's government allowed itself to extradite the non-mainland citizens to the mainland for trials. This has been reasonably contested because in a one-party state, one could make the accusation that such trials often lack fairness, and you would probably be right in saying they are biased. Well, as it turns out, China is not doing itself any favors recently in this regard. A new quote-unquote national security law coming out of China's legislature in Beijing aims to crack down on dissent from publications and the press, targeting Hong Kong. However, since China has such a large role in international affairs, merely preventing people across the country from criticizing the treatment of Hong Kong is not enough. So Article 48 of this law makes it applicable worldwide. Well, that's right. China proclaims that its law rules over the 7.4 billion people currently living on the planet, and that their executive powers will work to punish those that don't follow it, from people to corporations. If this sounds insane, that's because it probably is. Not even paraphrasing here. It reads like this. This law shall apply to offenses under this law committed against the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region from outside the region by a person who is not a permanent resident of the region. So, because there are a limited amount of things China can do in so little time to suppress free speech outside of Hong Kong, it is now targeting people outside of the region. And because Hong Kong is addressed separately from the People's Republic of China in legal terms, this means that any region worldwide has to respect this legislation. The New York Post says, the report said anyone anywhere criticizing the governments in Beijing or Hong Kong or calling for democratic reforms would be subjected to prosecution if they traveled to Hong Kong or have family members or assets in the territory. So basically, if you live outside of China, say in the US, the UK, or Poland, the three countries that hold pretty much over 95% of my audience, you are still free to criticize China and report on events happening in Hong Kong. But what China is saying with this new law is that they reserve the right to punish those it deems to be a threat to internal security and prosecute them in Chinese courts to sentences going up to many years in prison, as well as the seizure of domestic assets by the government. Those that now hold Chinese citizenship, possession in the mainland or Hong Kong, or even the will to travel there will have to be extra careful about what they say regarding the Chinese Communist Party. 10 people have been arrested and taken into custody so far, according to the press. These were 6 men and 4 women, on charges of inciting or abetting subversion or secession. A lawyer for some of these protesters told Bloomberg News that their DNA samples were taken and their homes were searched. The most radical claim at this moment might be that Chinese data scientists are attempting to build a database of dissenters, a thought that is extremely scary not just to those that live inside the region, but as a premise for future world events. I just wanted to share this on my channel for the people who are not yet convinced that China is up to something or even remotely worried about the situation. I don't know whether I will make a follow-up video on this, and I probably won't talk about China again for a while like I did with the TikTok video, but this really is newsworthy and I'd like to know what you think, so feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to stay updated and notified whenever new videos do come out. I promise I won't spam you, it's simply an alert for whenever new juicy content drops. These videos take a while to make and produce, so I can appreciate all the support I can get on my channel. We're almost at 200 subscribers, which is absolutely wild. This is Mongolium signing off.